Have you ever seen a rapper single-handedly derail somebody else's victory lap and make it look effortless? That's what Kendrick Lamar just pulled off with his new music video, Luther. It's got the entire hip-hop world in a frenzy, because this release isn't just about chart positions, it's about control of the entire conversation. We all knew Kendrick was unstoppable after he snatched the #1 spot and held it down for 8 consecutive weeks with Luther. But the way he doubled down and dropped these visuals, it's like pouring rocket fuel on a raging fire. Drake tried pushing Nokiia to dethrone Kendrick, but that plan looks deader than ever now, and we're about to break down the entire story. Now that you're hooked, I have one quick request. Before we dive in completely, like, share, and subscribe to Celebquake. By doing that, you're making sure you never miss the biggest stories in music, pop culture, and everything in between. Your support helps us bring you more content about the most explosive controversies in the game. So hit that button, join the Celebquake family, and let's keep shaking the industry up together. Okay, with that said, let's get right into the story. Because what Kendrick Lamar did here is the most brilliant example of how to hold onto a throne when everyone else is trying to snatch it. Luther is the single that has completely captivated the mainstream. For 8 weeks in a row, it refused to budge from the top of the charts, standing like an unbreakable fortress in a swirling storm of new releases. Every Friday, fans wonder if a new track might take its place, only to see Luther remain locked in at #1. This track has been unstoppable, and that fact alone caused plenty of people to raise eyebrows. Why has Luther stuck around for so long, especially in a market that sees new chart toppers every other week? That's where Drake's Nokiia enters the story. Drake, being Drake, saw the perfect chance to push Nokiia as the next big chart contender. He launched his own wave of promotions, teased a music video, and made it clear that he wanted to claim the top spot. It quickly turned into a quiet standoff, Kendrick's unstoppable single versus Drake's new smash that was, ironically enough, designed to knock Luther off its throne. For a short moment, it even looked like Nokiia might disrupt Luther's streak. After all, Drake has a proven track record for dominating charts. But then, things got interesting. Kendrick saw what Drake was doing. He could have gone on social media and thrown direct shots, or even teased a new collaboration to boost sales. Instead, he played it low-key. He let Luther keep shining on its own, day in and day out. And just when Nokiia threatened to close the gap, Kendrick decided to unleash his ultimate move, the official Luther music video. From the moment rumors about the video started to swirl, fans speculated that Kendrick was about to take the tension to a whole new level. After all, Drake had already teased references to Kendrick in the Nokiia video. People were expecting a nasty rebuttal from K-Dot, maybe an entire verse's worth of disses. But Kendrick is no ordinary artist. Instead of dropping direct lines or featuring cameo roasts, he went the strategic route, incorporating subtlety, artistry, and a deeply layered narrative into the new visuals. The result? Drake's dream of dethroning Luther now looks next to impossible. Even the biggest Drake fans are admitting that once the Luther video debuted, it added an entirely new dimension to the track's popularity, fueling its unstoppable rise on streaming platforms. Everyone's eyes have been glued to this release, dissecting each frame, each wardrobe choice, each reference, and in the process, ensuring that Luther surges even further ahead on the charts. That's the brilliance behind Kendrick's plan. He's not just beating Drake in a numbers game, he's winning in the narrative game as well. Now let's talk about the underlying theme that pulses through this entire scenario, the unofficial rivalry between Kendrick and Drake. For a solid decade, Drake was seen as the unstoppable force. If he decided to push a single, it often went straight to #1. If he launched a music video, everyone tuned in to dissect every cameo. But times change, and so do cultural conversations. Kendrick's Luther is more than a great single. It's become the new symbol of a power shift. One of Drake's biggest challenges right now is perception. He's older than he was at the peak of his radio dominance, and the audience, especially younger demographics, seems to be drawn to fresh approaches and deeper messages. Kendrick, though well-established, manages to keep his aura of authenticity. Each project feels like an event, not just a release. Meanwhile, Drake's approach with Nokiia, peppered with petty shots at Kendrick, reads as though he's trying to recapture old glory by leaning on old tactics. You don't see that same sense of evolution that fans crave. In contrast, Kendrick's artistry is living, breathing evolution. Even something as straightforward as a chart-topping single can be reintroduced in a new form, like the Luther video, that reveals deeper layers and resonates on multiple levels. It's that dynamic synergy that makes it feel like this is truly Kendrick's era, a time where thoughtful storytelling, subtle shading, and powerful tributes overshadow braggadocious gestures or gimmick-laden releases. This difference in approach might very well shape the next few years of hip-hop. If Kendrick can continue to seamlessly blend chart appeal with intricate narratives and cultural respect, he'll remain unstoppable. Drake, on the other hand, must either adapt or face the reality that he might get sidelined in favor of artists who are pushing the envelope. This doesn't mean Drake is finished, far from it, but we're witnessing the pendulum swinging. Hip-hop thrives on cyclical change, and right now, it's swinging in Kendrick's favor. After letting the final notes of Luther Vandross's voice echo in that video outro, Kendrick leaves us with a hint of something bigger: locked doors, cryptic silence, and a sense that the real story is just beginning. Is he teasing a deluxe version of the album? Is there another surprise single in the works featuring a new collaborator we never saw coming? Are we about to witness a concept-driven tour experience that merges film, music, and a deeper storyline? The truth is, nobody knows for sure except Kendrick's inner circle. But based on everything we've seen, his confidence on social media, the meticulously chosen release dates, the carefully curated videos, the future looks like it belongs to him. A lot of fans are predicting that the GNX tour will reveal something like a visual album, or at least an entire collection of cinematic experiences that tie all these pieces together. If that happens, Luther is just the beginning of a grand puzzle. For Drake, the question is how he responds to this shift. Does he double down and release another video loaded with references to Kendrick? Or does he pivot and try to recapture the substance that made his early work resonate? Nobody can deny Drake's talent, but in a face-off with a fully inspired Kendrick, the champion is looking a bit shaky. And as we've seen with Luther, timing and momentum are everything. Another new Drake release might come out, but the conversation remains locked on what Kendrick's going to do next. So here we stand. At the tail end of a tidal wave, Kendrick Lamar stirred up with just one video release. Luther was already a juggernaut. Now with these visuals, it feels like an unstoppable force, and the deeper you look, the more you realize it's about far more than just charting on Billboard. It's a love letter to the past, an assertion of dominance in the present, and a promise for the future. It's also a high-level chess move that leaves Drake grasping at straws, unable to tip Nokiia over that final hurdle. In a single stroke, Kendrick honored Luther Vandross, expanded his GNX narrative, trolled Drake in ways that only industry insiders might fully grasp, and reminded the general public why his artistry is in a league of its own. The closed doors at the end of the music video aren't the end. They're a portal to something else. Kendrick is signaling that more revelations are waiting behind that next corner, and we just have to be patient enough to follow him. Hip-hop, as always, thrives on friction and evolution. Right now, Kendrick is the spark that's lighting the whole scene on fire, and Luther is the flame he's using to torch the competition. Where does he go from here? Possibly deeper into this cinematic universe, possibly onto a new path. None of us see coming. Regardless, it's clear. We're witnessing a shift in the culture. A new standard has been set for how you release a single, how you maintain chart dominance, and how you pay tribute to the legends who came before. You can practically feel the energy crackling in the air. Fans across social media are analyzing every frame, finding hidden meanings, connecting the dots to older Kendrick works, and speculating about what the GNX tour might become. Some are even going back through Karina Evans's videography to spot parallels in color grading or narrative style. And in the meantime, Drake's camp is probably huddled up, strategizing their next move, because if they don't do something, Luther will continue to loom over them, day in and day out. That's the magic of this era. Kendrick has found a way to captivate everyone, from casual listeners to hardcore fans to rival artists. He's not just releasing a track. He's weaving an ever-expanding tapestry of music, visuals, storytelling, and cultural commentary. The more we dive in, the more we uncover. And in a world oversaturated with quick hits and viral stunts, Kendrick's thoughtful, layered approach stands out like a beacon. If you've stayed with us to the very end, you know it's time to sound off in the comments. Where do you think Kendrick is taking this? Is Drake going to bounce back with a surprising twist, or is Kendrick's momentum too strong to slow down? Did you catch every subtle troll in Luther, or do you think there's more hidden beneath the surface? We want to hear your take, your theories, and your predictions for what might be one of the most compelling showdowns hip-hop has seen in years. From everyone here at Celebquake, thank you for hanging with us. Make sure you're subscribed and have notifications turned on, because this narrative isn't slowing down anytime soon. Kendrick's got us all on the edge of our seats, and trust us, we'll be right here breaking down every move he makes. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep your eyes locked on the grand tapestry unfolding before us, because the dot era is only beginning, and we can't wait to see how the rest of this story unfolds.